So let's get started. Erica, let's start off with you just like introducing yourself and telling us a little bit about yourself and like where you were before working with me and like where you are now in a physical and mental state.
Okay, so obviously my name's Erica. I am 25 and I have been a police officer with Anne Arundel County for almost 2 years. I, before meeting Tori and getting started with her, I was in a really dark place. I was in an abusive marriage and it really destroyed me as a person. I had no confidence. I wasn't allowed to do anything, couldn't go anywhere, couldn't be friends with anybody. And I finally had the courage to leave. And that's been about a year and a half ago. And I just really wanted to regain a sense of who I was before.
Right.
And so well, I try not to cry
It's
about
totally
it.
it's totally cool. Like this is why we do this, right? You're
Um,
amazing.
so I've been in a new relationship now, and one of the things that he pushed me to do was become the person that I used to be. And not in a sense of going backwards, but in a sense of regaining who I was when I was happy. And working out was always something that made me happy, and I wanted to get back to that. And he was really supportive in doing that.
Yeah. I'm so glad. I'm so glad to hear this. And you are an amazing path right now. So that's where you were, right? So where
Yeah.
would you say you are right now? Like, woo, that's
Oh God, I'm like
amazing.
leaps and better, leaps and bounds better than where I came from. I
Yeah.
actually for the first time today did my first pull up by myself.
Yeah.
So I'm celebrating that personally, but I feel so much better about myself personally. I feel like I'm better able to communicate how I'm feeling, if that like makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I used to just shut down and walk away, and I was just used to. And now it's like
Right.
I feel like because I have the confidence in myself, what I look like, who I've become as a result of the modules,
Mm-hmm.
I I don't know how to put this. I just feel like I have so much more confidence in asserting myself and how I feel or how I think about something. And it's been something that's completely changed my whole life.
Right. Yeah, and I love that. Like you are amazing. Um, so that like that was one of the hugest shifts I've seen, like just within the first like past the 2 week mark, right? Because you were
Hmm.
really concerned about the first 2 weeks and
Yeah.
like getting past that sticking point that you normally like kind of give up.
Yeah.
And seeing you achieve that first goal was amazing. And after that, I think it really opened your eyes to like, wow, I am capable of so much more and I don't
Hmm.
have to hold myself back anymore.
Right.
That was beautiful. Okay, so tell me what some of your biggest challenges and like the struggle, because you obviously you had a lot of mindset stuff that you've overcome. So what would you say is like the fitness and exercise and nutrition challenges that you are facing beforehand and how we kind of resolve that together?
Oh, well, like I said, I just got to do my first pull up today by myself. So I like never used to be
Yeah.
able to, I never used to be able to do that. And it was always something that I wanted to do. And I worked really hard multiple times a day, a week.
Yeah.
And I finally, after however many weeks, I got it. And just one being able to achieve that today, I've had like a new sense of accomplishment with myself. But
Yeah.
just like sticking with a program, as weird as that sounds, like a lot of times I would do programs that were tailored for just the MASH population, and it wouldn't work for me. And I would get so frustrated that I gave up, and then I would see like, oh well, if I would have just stuck with it, I would have been done by now, and I would see results. So then
Mhm.
I'd start over, and then I'd get a couple weeks in, and then I'd quit.
Right. So is it like a huge like accountability sort of thing
Yeah.
where you try like you had the willpower at first, but then it was just hard to move past it?
And I think it was hard to move past it because I was doing it literally by myself, and I didn't have the support. I didn't have, I mean, like I said, with being in the abusive relationship, I didn't have the support from him, and so it was like I was literally just doing it by myself. I was trying to eat healthier by myself, but I wasn't really educated on what my body needs. And so I would end up either starving myself or eating too much. And
Right.
I never got the results that I wanted. So I just gave up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. Food was a huge barrier for you at first. Like you were like, I want to enjoy food, but I'm also feeling really restricted. Like I don't know how to control this, especially with like how hectic your schedule is and how you have to work at nights and like there's nothing open. So I think that was really key for you, is really working on your nutrition in a way that works for you, for your life. And I love that. Like to me as a coach, it's so important to connect with you. So like obviously my husband's a police officer too.
Yeah.
And he's been in the military. So me knowing like what you go through, I'm gonna get emotional. Me knowing like what you go through helps me coach you to be your best self.
Yeah.
So, God, you're making me cry today,
All the
girl.
emotions.
I know. Yeah, so I think that's really key with every single lady that I invite into my program, is like we all relate in some way, shape, or form. And for you, like that was huge. I think you needed that, and I think it's
Yeah, I
helped you come
definitely
this far.
did.
Yeah. Whew. So how would you say like your energy is now, your sleep, and your career performance, like now versus then?
Oh, so I don't sleep. I'm like a vampire. I rarely get any sleep. I might be lucky if I'm getting 4 or 5 hours. Like if I look at my Fitbit and it says I got 5 hours of sleep, I'm like, it was a good day. I got 5 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
I rejoice in it.
Right.
Um, but when I get the 5 hours now or the 4 hours now, it's not the same as the 4 hours or 5 hours I was getting before, or even the 6, 7, or 8 hours I was getting before. Like I'm able to, I guess, structure my time in such a way that I don't feel guilty. And this is one of those
Right.
things that I struggled with a lot, was feeling guilty that I didn't work out already. And now like I'm running through that whole thing in my head. Well, oh, I should have done this. I should have done that. I don't do that anymore. And it's relieved a lot of pressure. And so even though I'm only getting that little bit of time to sleep, I feel so much better, and I'm fueling my body with what it needs and what it wants. And I'm not saying, no, I can't have that, and then craving later and then crashing.
Right.
I'm not doing all of that. So the fact that like I've completely had this complete mindset shift and complete lifestyle shift, to be able to still, I'm not getting enough sleep. I get it, but it's not,
Yeah.
it's not as bad as it could be or what it used to be. I've come so far in trying to get sleep. And I
Right.
used to be tired all the time and relying on caffeine. Um, got away from sorry.
It's okay.
And
Good doggies.
now I don't really rely on it as much anymore. Like if I've had one of those days where I go from here, there, and now I'm on to the next thing, and I barely got any sleep, like, okay, I might have like a 5 hour energy and I'll take like half of a shot of it, and then I don't need anything else. And I don't have to,
Right.
like, I don't feel like I have to rely on drinking Cokes to stay awake because I don't drink coffee, or going and getting 15 teas in a night, or getting a bunch of 5 hour energies. Like I don't need that.
Right. That's awesome. Yeah, so like the sleep quality is what
Yeah,
matters, right? Like even
absolutely.
because your schedule is so hectic, like you have, nighttime shift and then sometimes you have court and stuff, like all this crazy stuff, and then you have to fit in your workouts
Hmm.
and food. So I think you're doing amazing, even with the only short period of time that you do have to sleep. And then obviously I tell you, hey, you need to like take a rest day,
Yeah.
or you need
Yeah.
to like take a nap, like chill, Erica, because you're always like go, go, go.
Yeah, I'm always
So,
go go.
yeah. Okay, awesome. So, what would you say is your favorite thing about the academy and your custom program and the community?
Without a doubt that it's tailored for me. Like I know that if I'm like stuck on, oh, I don't know what I want to eat right now, but I still want to fit within the macros, and I don't want to throw my day out or cheat. Like I can go back into the meal plans and look and see like, oh, well, I can do this or I can do that.
Right.
And some of the girls post on the Facebook that they've got these different recipes, and I try them. And it just like, it keeps it fresh. And
Yeah.
I always know like running through my workout, I just get really excited because I'm like, oh yeah, I get to do this today. And like, I actually like my workouts. It's not one of those things where it's like, oh, you do 28 minutes of whatever, and this is what you're going to do for 4 weeks, and then we're going to do this for 4 weeks, and then we do this for 4 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those things, like, and if something wasn't working for me or I didn't like it, I could tell you, hey, I don't really like this.
Yeah.
And it's changed, and I don't have to do it again. Like, I don't have to make myself miserable doing something that I don't want to do, because I can substitute it for something else. We can change the program, and it still fits within my time schedule. I can do it when I want to do it, and when it fits into my schedule, and the flexibility of it. Like, certain days, like, I've got work overnight, morning court, afternoon court. Now I've got to go to secondary, but tomorrow I don't. So
Yeah.
I can make my rest day today and just switch it around and do today on Sunday, which is normally my rest day. And like, the flexibility that it offers is just great.
Awesome. Yeah, I love it. And today was Murph Monday, right?
Murph Monday.
Murph Monday, yeah. Yeah, you're doing so great.
I get so
we're
excited
about
with
to
Murphs.
level you up. I'm about to like scale you to the next level because you got that pull up today.
I did.
Amazing. I'm so proud of you.
I did one every round, but I did it.
Yes. Yes. You've come so far. And you already did like the full Murph on Memorial Day. So that's
I surprised myself with that one too.
Like, you know you can do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because your mind's always in the right place. I love it.
Yeah.
Okay. What compliments or reactions are you getting from people in your life, people who you meet, or your family, friends, coworkers? What are people saying about you right now?
So a lot of people.
What kind of reactions, if any?
Most of the people that I see are people that I work with. Some of them have really commented on how, like, they feel like I've gotten more energy. I'm happier.
Mm-hmm.
I always have like RBF, but I still have it. But they can just tell, like, when I'm talking to them, like, I feel more confident in saying things to them, and I don't feel like people are, I don't know, I guess, judging me for every little thing that I do or say. And I mean, maybe they are, but now I don't care. And
Good.
it was always one of those things that, like, my ex drilled into me that, you know, like, no one's ever going to like you. You're never going to have any friends. You're never going to amount to anything. And it's just one of those things. It's like, now it's a big slap in the face to him, because I'm happy, I'm doing great, and I feel so much better about where I've come and where I've been, and especially where I'm going. And
yes, hell yeah.
I went to try on clothes with my mom, which I used to absolutely dread. Just in general, I hate shopping. And I had to try on this one shirt, and she was like, what in the world are you doing? And I was like, what are you talking about? And she was like, you look great. Thank you.
I love it.
So certain people have taken a lot of notice, and some people it's more of like the emotions, and how I feel. Like, even my boyfriend now is just like, I've always thought that you were beautiful, but now it's like, now you're starting to believe it, and that's even better. And it makes me love you even more. And so awesome. I finally am getting to the point where people tell me, and now I believe it. Where used to be like,
yeah, you're like, yeah, right. I'm just
okay, whatever. It's like, I know what I see in the mirror, but now it's what everybody else is seeing in me, I'm seeing too.
And that was your goal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. And I have another question for you. What's next? Like, now that you've kind of transformed thus far in the Foxy Ladies Lifestyle Academy, what's next for you? What's your projection?
I'm going to continue on the path that I'm on, and I'm going to continue working out, getting better, getting stronger. And my next challenge before the Murph next year is that I want to do the 9/11 challenge on the stair climber.
Oh, girl, yes. Let's do it. I love it. I love that
excited.
You're always up for it. Yeah.
I'm always up for a challenge.
That's amazing.
But yeah, I definitely want to keep continuing on where I'm going. I do want to do like some more focused work.
Yeah.
But now it's like I have a strong foundation, and I didn't ever have that before to even begin to start at a focused level. It was always one of those things where like I gave up, and I never had a foundation.
Right, like you're just kind of repeating the same cycle. Like you're doing one thing and then you're doing another thing, and it's like you're kind of stuck.
Right.
Awesome. Yeah, that's the point. That's the point of the academy. So you're ready for that next level. I love it. And another question before I ask you the very last question is, how would you say like this is really affecting like your work performance and like how you do your job? Do you feel like it's helping on that level as well?
Oh, absolutely. I have not had a foot chase yet this season, but
Yeah.
but summer's
We'll see.
coming, and
Yep.
that was one of my big things is like I don't want to be shown up by people. Like I still want to be able to say, look, I'm carrying 20 extra pounds or 20 plus extra pounds, and I still got you. Um,
Yeah.
and sprinting has never really been a huge strong point for me because I'm more of a distance runner, and I did cross country when I was in high school, so it was always one of those things that like I can run for forever, but
Yeah.
like I sprinting, I can't do, and I'm working on it. Um,
Yeah.
but we had a possibility for one the other day, and I put myself in the area, and I was ready. I'm like, yeah, I can do this. I'm gonna catch them. Ended up not needing it, but it was
But
still.
at least you
I
were
had the
ready.
confidence. Oh yeah, I had the confidence, and I was ready. I was ready for whatever was gonna come.
That's amazing. And I bet like because of your own confidence, like you're able to communicate with people maybe on a different level than maybe you were before. Just having that being present more in your job and having
Yeah.
that focus and
Hmm.
control over the stress levels because I know it's
Absolutely.
always up and
Oh,
down. Yeah.
always, always.
Yeah. Okay, so who would you say this program is for? And if you had one piece of advice to give to somebody who might be in your shoes, what would it be? Or
Um,
has been in your shoes?
well, I would say that it's really for anybody who actually wants to make a change. Like it's a lot of hard work. And there were days where I'm like, I really don't want to go to the gym today. Or like even this morning, I'm like, oh man, I'm just so tired. But I knew how much better I was going to feel once I got done.
Mm-hmm.
And it was able like to just it was a wrap up for my day. And that's kind of how I've always looked at it. It's like, look, like workout and then you get to shower, eat, go to sleep. And some days like I really struggled, but we got there. And I would say that anybody that is thinking about it or doesn't really know whether it's for them, I would take a really hard look at yourself and say, do I want to do better for myself? Because that was always the thing for me. I always wanted to do better for everybody else,
Mm-hmm.
but I never really put myself first. And
Right.
I've I've been able to be selfish and say, look, I don't want to. I just don't want
Right.
to. And it's for no other reason other than I just don't. And
Mm-hmm.
it's it's okay to be selfish. Um, but for anybody that's kind of like, I don't know, make up your mind. It's literally just make it up to do it. It's one of those things that you just have to put yourself into a situation to be uncomfortable. And I was uncomfortable when I first started too. Like I would go to the gym and be like, I don't really know what I'm doing here. And I was going to the gym all the time and I still didn't know what I was doing. But
Mm-hmm.
I put myself out there and I did it and I've come so far. And as far as advice would go, like I would tell myself back before I started this, like if I knew then what I know now, I would have started eons ago. And
Yeah.
I wouldn't have held myself back and I wouldn't have beat myself up for so long. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but I would tell anybody that's thinking about it, anybody that's not sure, or just needs a little extra pick me up, is you can do it. You can, you absolutely can. And
Yeah.
the excuses are literally mental. And you have to be stronger than that. And once I was able to get past the excuse and past the, I'm not really seeing any results, and just having like this extra support, it made literally the entire world of difference.
Amazing. I love that. Yeah. Support is everything. Accountability, mindset. Mindset is so huge, and this is why.
Absolutely.
And this is why it is going to be lifelong for you. It's not going to
Hmm.
be. You're never going to go back.
No,
Ever.
there's no
Ever.
way. There's no way I'm
Awesome.
going back.
Never. Okay. Well, Erica, I'm so proud of you. I'm sure that this is going to inspire so many women. So thank you for sharing your story on a deep level and getting emotional. Gosh, girl, making me cry. Um, Absolutely love it. And now, if you guys below or watching this on the replay do hashtag replay squad, you know the deal. If you found this to inspire you in any way, then my only request is that you share this to your friends, someone who you might feel like needs to hear this, because there's women out there who might really need to hear this. Or simply anyone who you feel like would just be inspired by taking action on their deeper goals, because that's what creates lifelong transformation. And I posted just the other day, gosh, I'm still crying. I posted just the other day that I am opening summer enrollment to only 5 women. And the reason being is because I want to focus on women who really want to transform their life, and that's why I'm not doing a free challenge right now. I'm focusing on just my Foxy Ladies and getting people to where they want to go before fall and the winter excuses hit, right? So I just want to focus on people who are committed and they want to learn the skills that they need to stop relying on programs like Erica has done in the past. She's tried all that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And my application schedule is filling up. I will say that. So my next phase with Erica is super exciting because I get to teach her how to do her own macros and training for life as we work her into her next goals. And so she will have like the know-how to maintain her results long term, because that's what it's all about, right? It's all about ending the mind games and the battle over, like, you need to maintain your body and your confidence and the life that you love forever. And there's no reason for any woman to continue life feeling mediocre, mediocre. So be a fox. Yeah. Okay, so thanks, Erica, again for coming on.
Yeah,
and
thank you.
Thanks everybody else for watching. So I'll talk to you soon, Erica.
All right, see ya.
Bye.